Everybody, it's Zach, aka Zach's Reviews, and today's review is about The Boys Season 2. So I watched the finale last night. I stayed up until 12, and then I had a little live stream after on Instagram, and all I have to say is, the best season finale ever of a TV show. Even better than Season 1's finale. This show keeps getting better and better, and keeps getting crazier, and keeps getting bloodier, and keeps getting more just batshit crazy, pretty much, is the word for it. My favorite characters in this show, hands down, are Huey, Starlight, Kimiko, Frenchie, MM, Butcher, who else? Huey, Frenchie, Starlight, Butcher, MM, and pretty much the boys are my favorite, with Starlight. So, this show, I kid you not, when they introduced Stormfront in the show, I was like, there's no way there could be someone worse than Homelander. They proved me wrong. And the comic book, Stormfront's a guy. I'm really happy they went the girl route. It's great. I love the person that's played Stormfront. She's a beast. She played Stormfront so well. I need to read the comic books for sure. But just overall, I can't believe the way she can manipulate him, and I didn't think anybody could manipulate Homelander. I didn't think anybody would be as sick as Twisted, like even more than Homelander. But let me tell you, she really hit that bar. Right when she went through the building, and there's going to be spoilers right now. I'm going to be talking about spoilers throughout this whole video. So, I just wanted to let you know, this is spoilers, I'll write it on the video. But right when she went through the building, after Kimiko and her brother, and pretty much busted lightning throughout that bitch, exploded that pretty much like apartment building, going after them and killed a couple of families in there. I was like, okay, she's worse than Homelander. And then when she said a racial slur, snapped my boy's Kimiko's brother's neck, I was nah, she's terrible. She's a terrible person. Terrible bitch. Like, terrible. She, bad. Terrible. Stormfront's really, really bad in this, and I didn't think, again, anybody could be as worse as Homelander, but she really hit that mark. Good. I'm happy, because I was like, no could be, and then she hit that mark. This show's crazy like that. I love that someone is worse. It's like they get it better and better. There's someone that matches his craziness, and I love that, and they match up so well, they end up pretty much dating in this. So, which was crazy, because he hated her at first, and then she manipulated, and then they're dating. Which, so they had the, kinky, killing people while having, sex thing, and there's crazy shit. Weird. But, that's how The Boys is. It's crazy, and it's weird, and it's just a great show. And, my two favorite episodes, well, actually, a lot of people made some big strides into being good in this show. I feel like they're realizing that, we don't want to be like this. We want to be good and deep in our hearts. And A-Train, he made some steps. Yeah, of course, when he came back, he was a little dickhead thinking he can, snitch on Starlight, after, saving Huey, even though Huey saved his life pretty much. And, Starlight saved his life. So, he owed Huey and, Starlight for, saving his life. So, he tried pulling that little fast one. She's like, no, if you tell on me, I'm going to tell on you, saying, you're the one that's been doing stuff with, the drug, I forgot what it's called, Compound V. So, he made that, he shut up right after that, and about the killing of his, girlfriend and stuff. So, he was cool. And then pretty much Stormfront kicked him off the team, essentially, because she wants to, that was her ploy, to get people off the team that she thought was soft. And so, he gets kicked off the team and all that, but then, he hates her so much that, he sends a file out, he gives a file to Huey and, Annie, saying, here, I repaid you for you saving my life. I want this girl out of the 7. And that file says that she was a part of the Nazi group. And let me tell you, man, let me tell you, shit goes sideways after that in the last episode. This was on the last episode. So, that got released. Shit's going down. Friggin', they're trying to save, they're trying to save Ryan. They get Ryan as, as a distraction. There's a lot of crazy things that happen. They have this great plan of, get Stormfront, releasing that so Stormfront go to the Vought Tower. They put a whole bunch of speakers to get Homelander's attention. He flies out of the cabin because that's where Ryan's being held. Butcher and Becca go get Ryan in the car. Frenchie, Huey, Annie, and Kimiko are all like down the street, and they're all getting set up. So when Butcher comes back with Ryan and Becca comes back, they can go. Well, originally, Butcher pissed me off a little bit because he wanted his wife back so much. He was willing to send the kid off to be like, pretty much be held being experimented on and pretty much trained to be the next Homelander, which was messed up because even Vought knew that we don't want another Homelander. We want Ryan to be raised by his mom, so we don't have another Homelander situation where he wants to kill people and just be crazy. So I was kind of annoyed, Butcher, what the hell's wrong with you, dude? There's nothing, you know what I mean? That's your wife's kid. You know what I mean? You don't want him becoming Homelander. He's a good kid. He has a great heart, as we could see throughout the season. And, he tells Becca, I made a deal saying, I'd give the kid to them, and then you would be coming with me, and, you would never see your kid again. And then he's like, I regret it. I'm staying here fighting. I'm going to fight Homelander. You leave with the kid. Don't make sure, he's a good kid and whatever. But then he eventually goes with them. They run off into the forest. But the group that was supposed to, the deal with the Vought group that Butcher asked the leader to, because they have a SWAT team. The SWAT team that Butcher made an agreement with the leader, we were supposed to be at the house when Butcher got the kid, but Butcher wasn't there. He went met up with Frenchie and all them, and they left. Becca and Ryan and Butcher left. Well, they were gonna go fight when Stormfront comes back from the tower, which she does. So, freaking Homelander's back at the cabin. Pretty much the Vought FBI walks in there saying, Butcher, are you here? And then, Homelander hears it say, oh, where's my kid? We cut away from him, but actually he slashes one of the guys, he asked one of the guys questions, oh, where's my kid? Lasers his ass. We cut away. Stormfront drops down back from the tower saying, oh, you released my thing, to Annie, you released my thing, and, Frenchie and all them are there too. And, they're going back and forth. And next thing you know, Kimiko starts laughing. I was like, oh my god, Kimiko's laughing. Bro, what the heck? I thought she was going to speak. I was like, oh my god, this is sick. So, but Kimiko doesn't speak or whatever, but she starts laughing, and she says to Frenchie, I'm going to put my boot up this girl's, vagina, man. I'm going to do it. And then they start going at it. Starlight and, Kimiko start beating the shit out of Stormfront. And then they get blown away, Annie gets blown away with the lightning, and then Kimiko gets her neck snapped. Huey and Frenchie go to the car, try to get this device Frenchie made where it's like a grenade launcher, or like an RPG that has that can disrupt her lightning just to stop it so they can defeat her. She blows that car up. They get flown away, Huey and Frenchie, because of the explosion. Next thing you know, Maeve comes up in this bitch, and they went to Maeve earlier in the episode, say, can you help us? She was smoking it up, because she's upset about, her girlfriend, Becca, leaving. No, actually not Becca. I forget the girlfriend's name at the top of my head. But, she's upset about that or whatever. And she's like, I'm not trying to help you. I helped you enough because, I helped you from, what was it? Noir. I stopped Black Noir from killing you in Vought Tower when you were escaping. So, yeah, I think Maeve killed Black Noir, by the way. Because she fed him a nougat bar, and apparently that was his downfall. I was shocked about that. What the hell? Man died from a nougat allergy. Had me dead. It's the funniest thing. We think they're unstoppable, and they come up with some funny-ass way to kill them and shit. So, yeah. So she come in there, and it's a 3-against-1. Maeve, Kimiko, and Annie both beating the shit out of Stormfront. Her dumbass flies away. I'm like, oh, what a wimp. And then she lands with Butcher and Becca and Ryan in the forest, saying, oh, Ryan, come here, blah, 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 blah. Butcher tries to go at her, gets thrown, gets pushed away, and then Becca stabs the girl in the eye, Stormfront in the eye, takes the knife out, puts her up against the tree. Billy grabs this, I think it's a crowbar, starts beating her, starts shooting her, blah, 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 nothing is working. Ryan's crying, he's upset, and earlier in the episode, Stormfront and, Homelander were trying to teach him how to use his lightning and to control his powers. And he's like, or not use his lightning, use his laser vision. He's like, I don't hate anybody. And they're like, no, that's, and it's sort of, it's like, you need to hate somebody, because we're in war. People hate us because we're white. Which I was like, shut up. Like, piece of shit. Like, you were a Nazi. Get the fuck out of here. Like, so yeah, so then, even Homelander was like, what? You don't hate us because of our skin color? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Even Homelander knew that was, like, shut up. Like, what are you talking about? Filling my kid's head with nonsense. And then he gets so angry. Big ass laser beam. I'm talking big ass blinding light. And then, next thing you know, Butcher wakes up from him getting knocked out from, like, the beam. I'm talking, Stormfront was on the ground like Anakin Skywalker, burned to a crisp, arms totally sliced off, legs gone, like, bald, burned to a crisp, peeling, looking like charred wood. Gone, man. She's saying some nonsense, she was saying some nonsense. Some Nazi nonsense, I have no clue. She was going off. But, and then she died, and then, but in that beam, Ryan got Becca. Becca died. Becca said the last word she said was, please watch over Ryan. And then next thing you know, Homelander comes down, sees Stormfront, that she's dead, says, I want my kid back. Then there comes Maeve saying, if you touch them, or you even go after them, or go after, Butcher or any of them, I'm going to release the video. Because earlier in the season, Maeve got video footage from the plane crash, because that one of the pilots were filming when Maeve and Homelander were leaving the plane. She's like, I will release this, and that no one will ever love you again if you come after Billy or the kid, or you come after any of them, or even Andy or any of the or even like anybody. I will release this video, and no one will love you, and they will all come after you. And that made him stop. And then everybody pretty much their separate ways at the end of the season. Frenchie and Kimiko are together, and they're their last thing they were doing is they mentioned earlier in the episode, like, when we're done with this, what do we get, like, what you're planning on doing? He's like, I want to go, like, or she asked him, do you dance? Because they were talking about, like, what they're going to do after this. And he's like, yeah, I dance. So they pretty much at the end of it, they were going to go dancing. Huey is going to work for the one girl that's going for, I forget what it's called. Like, she's running for Congress. It's the one girl that apparently the one brown-haired girl that's running for Congress that actually wants to help, that was working with the one girl, blonde-haired girl that was like put the boys together originally, is the one blowing up motherfuckers' heads. I was so shocked. I'm like, why are you blowing up people's heads? What's going on here? I can't wait to see why she's doing this. But yeah, so he wants to get a job with her, and he's with Annie now, and of course, Kimiko and Frenchie are doing that. They're together. Butcher just walked off into the sunset, sent the kid with the blonde-haired girl that was in charge of the boys. I forget her name. But, he's going to be having his normal life and stuff. He's away from Vought. And yeah, pretty much everything went back to normal. And I'm so happy. Can we take a second? I'm so happy Starlight's in her normal costume. Like, let's go. Like, I was happy to see that. I'm like, okay, I like that costume. Let's get it. Like, I was happy to see that. And, just everything was back to normal. It felt like everybody there was more some groundedness. Everything's getting back to normal. No more bullshit. But there's going to be, of course, more crazy bullshit in the next season. And, MM went back with his wife and kid. It was a very nice, happy ending. But, of course, shit's going to go crazy next season, probably. So, overall, my two favorite episodes that I love this season, the last episode and episode 4, is we get more of Huey and Annie, and you really see that they really love each other, and they're, Annie tells stories with MM because, they go on a trip. Annie goes on the trip with Huey and MM to go find out who Stormfront is, who she truly is. And, you really have moments between her and MM when they're talking about, MM's talking about, like, his dad and how Vought killed him because he found out the story about Vought, and Vought, killed him so he wouldn't release the story. And Annie was talking about her dad and all that, and you just really see Huey and Annie's connection and how they really love each other, and you just really see that I love their relationship. They're really my favorite couple. I really root for them. But overall, and by the way, if you're against animals dying and shit, there is a whale that gets fucked up in, I think, episode 3. I'll put down the link, like, in my description what episode it is, where, like, this whale gets impaled. Because the Deep's an idiot. The Deep, we've clearly established, is an idiot. He's the opposite of Aquaman. He cannot save animals. He's killed a crab in the first season. He's killed a dolphin in the first season. He has killed the biggest animal that is going extinct, the whale. Okay? Motherfucker is stupid. Okay? So I just want to let you know that there is an animal death in here, and I'll let you know what episode that is in. But yeah, that was my review on the season, and I just want to thank you, the directors, the cast, the crew, and the writers. Best season ever. I can't wait for season 3. And I give this show a 10 out of 10. It gets better and better, and it's gonna get even better. It's it was great. It's greater, and it's gonna be probably I don't even know what. Probably a word that's just even I can't even describe how season 3 is probably gonna be so epic. But yeah. That was my review. I want to know down below what was your favorite episodes, who your favorite characters are, who and just what'd you think about the season? I loved it. 10 out of 10 season, and that was my review on this. And yeah, I'll see you next time.